So for those of you who used last night's game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day buy and SPY call options. The first trade that we ended up making on the day was buy and SPY calls. We ended up making a 100% profit return day trading the market open session, and we quickly added to the wins, which doubled the gains. After that, we had a loss, which is okay because we were already green enough to walk away, not by just making a 100% profit return, but by adding to the winners and doubling the gains. And then after having that one loss, we ended up having 5 more wins in a row. We ended up going 6 for 7 on the overall day. In terms of today, if you added up all the trades combined, it's over a 1,000% plus net profit return. We are starting off this week very, very strong within the green. During the power hour trading session, we ended up buying SPX calls at the exact lows, back to back, selling towards the exact peak. On my trade, you could have made over 200% profit return. And on G-Roar's trade, he alerted towards the end, you could have made a 700% return. And we sold the exact peak on these 2 SPX trades. We literally got in at the exact lows and sold the peak. With both of the wins combined, it's over a 1,000% plus profit return. I'm going to be breaking down the 6 wins and 1 loss that we ended up having towards the end of the day. First things first, let's get straight into how to trade the best setups at the best prices. So in terms of the overall SPY, this is what I want you to be aware of. And like I said, man, I'm going to be going over the trades that we ended up making towards the end of this video. I ended up going 3 for 3, a 100% success rate, ended up taking 2 swing trades as well. G-Roar ended up going 3 for 4. Fucking phenomenal results, man. I'm going to be breaking down all the massive wins towards the end. But in terms of the overall video, let's get straight into it. So in terms of the overall daily chart pattern, it did end up repeating that history to an exact T. This is why you have to always be watching the daily chart, because it's going to lay out foundations at certain times where patterns are likely going to repeat. And once you see that these patterns are beginning to repeat, you can use levels and you can use confirmations to trade the overall trend, to trade the overall pattern that's repeating itself, right? So in terms of the overall market, this is currently, what's happening here from a technical view. This is the pattern that I pointed out where we have this red bearish pin, and SPY had this gap up, red bearish pin, SPY had this, gap down, red bearish pin, gap down, red bearish pin. Then we have this strong green bullish overall closing day for an overall gap and go, right? So in terms of this overall pattern, for it to continue to repeat itself, right, in terms of capturing this trend and capturing this pattern, because utilizing this information, we were able to absolutely crush it, buying SPY call options and buying SPX call options literally at the lows and selling towards the peak multiple times throughout the day. So one thing that we're going to be looking for heading into tomorrow, if the market gaps up, this is what you need to understand. It's going to be another gap and go, except this time it's going to try to close bearish and give back a lot of the overall gains, right? So I want you to think of, if the market is opening up with a gap up, it's going to be a gap and go at first where we're looking to go long if the confirmations are at the levels to be going long. And then at some point, likely towards, later into the middle, likely towards the end of the day, keep your eyes on around 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., around these overall ranges, is likely going to have a nice pullback and not going to be able to sustain the overall gains. I mean, in terms of what happened last time with this overall pattern, you can see right here, SPY ended up closing at 527. It had a massive gap up, and then it continued to go up. It ended up going 5 points more, and then it ended up closing literally lower than the opening price. So in terms of the, similarities, right now, SPY's at, it closed at 631.17. We are already attempting to open up higher than the previous closing price. We already got to a high of 633. Then we dropped to 632. So this is what I want you to understand, right? If we're gapping up, there's going to be more room to run. And then at our key levels of interest, there's going to be an opportunity for puts where the market is likely not going to close as strong and give back a lot of gains. So if we're gapping up, there's going to be opportunities to look to get in on calls first at the oversold levels, and then later into the day, get in on puts. It's going to be a phenomenal day to be day trading both ways. I'm telling you, man. The best outcome heading into tomorrow would be a gap up, because it looks like we're going to have a little gap and go, and then it's going to come crashing back down to start to fill the gap that's waiting to fill below. It would be such an ideal opportunity and day to be gapping up. So that's what I would prefer to happen. I'm also going to be explaining towards the end in terms of what we're going to be looking for if SPY doesn't gap up. But first things first, let's go over the gap up situation. So in terms of the big overall move with the market, you need to understand that it's going to be at this key level right here on an overall gap up situation for a gap and go. The key level is going to be 631, right around 631.50 to 632.50 to 633 overall zone, right? Right around this overall bracket here is going to be the key zone. In terms of the SPY, you can see, we have some resistance, right? So we had some resistance right here at 630.50. Then we had the breakout. It retested for a little bit, but not too long. And then we had new resistance right here at 631. Then we had another breakout, retest, trying to form higher support as it's continuing to break out, right? It wasn't too long ago where we were at 619. And, in terms of that particular situation, right now we're literally towards a make or breakdown and retest levels, man. Look at this. This is key, man. This right here is going to give it all away. So the best level to be trading at is going to be right around this range of, upper 633. You could even say 634, right? I want you to think of this as your upper breakout range. Upper breakout range, 634 to 633. And then in terms of the lower overall range, this 631, right? But the point being is, if we're seeing floors in a gap up above 631, we're going to have a strong gap and go. And as you can see, in a very quick period of time, SPY can break above 631 and quickly go towards, these overall new all-time highs, but quickly go towards, this 638, towards this new all-time high overall range, right? Within the blink of a fucking eye. Now, if we're maintaining below this breakdown and retest level, right? So just to give you some perspective on what you're going to want to look for heading into tomorrow, this is literally it. You're looking at breakdowns and retest and breakout and retest. This is so fucking simple. This is literally exactly what we're going to be looking at heading into tomorrow, right? So literally just trade the past of this pattern, so this is the key overall level. So think of this as like the breakout and overall retest overall range, and you could think of this as the overall breakdown and retest overall range, right? So the point being is, when you see the SPY breaking below, cracking below 631s, right? Drops below, spikes, forms lower highs, cracks below, spikes, form lower highs. It has a massive sell-off and it continues to fucking drop and it goes bearish, right? So obviously if we're going under 631, reacting bearish, forming lower highs, we will be looking to do puts. Just be extremely cautious and careful though if the SPY is gapping up, because if we are gapping up, we're looking to do calls. But just to understand, in terms of an overall bearish flip, if we're going under like 630.30, then the market will signal bearish. That's truly what it's going to take, is a crack below 630.30. If you're trying to play this safe, if we go under 630.30, market's going to flip bearish, it's going to sell off, and it's going to get crushed, and it's going to go to around this overall range right here, and then that's what it would try to bounce right around this 625 overall range, right? But in terms of the overall in terms of the overall next opportunity in the breakdown retest, you can see right here we got this 634 overall level, right? So as long as market is holding above this 631 overall range, in terms of for it to have that massive breakout, all we got to do is break above 634, drop back down and retest. Then you're going to see a massive move to the next breakdown and retest level right here towards 637.50 to 638.77, right? So if market's gapping up, we're looking to go long for the gap and go. If SPY is maintaining above 631, reacting bullish, we're looking to go long, right? If SPY goes under 630, especially if it's not gapping up, we're looking to go short, we're looking to buy puts. That is the overall game plan, man. If it's gapping up, if it's gapping up, look to get in on calls towards oversold levels right away towards market open, just like today that we ended up doing. If and in terms of key levels of interest to watch for break and retest on a gap up, 632, 633, 634, all key levels, man, in terms of where big move's going to fucking play out on a bullish scenario. When we're gapping up, or if we're just maintaining above 631, the big move that you're looking for is going to play out 633.50 to 634. Once we break above that and retest, SPY's going to be on pace to go to 637.50 to 638.50, and then if we break above that, we're heading into 640 overall range, right? So just understand, very, very bullish at open. If we're gapping up, look for break and retest levels. Look for the overall buy zones that I gave you. If we're gapping up, all key buy levels are going to be 630. That's your lowest oversold level, 630, right? If we're gapping up, your higher levels, 631, which are all still phenomenal levels where we're looking to go long if the bullish confirmations are there. 631, 632, 633, 634, right? And then in terms of massive move happening on the bullish day, if we're gapping up, if we're maintained above 630, then the massive move occurs when we break and retest and form support above 634. That's when we blast off into the 638 to 640 overall range, right? And just understand, for the market to signal bearish and for the bears to take control, towards oversold levels, what would need to happen is, and the only way I would really be considered bearish at this level, if we were opening up flat, right? So if we're having a massive gap up, if we're having a nice gap up, if we're having breaks and retest above 634, I have no interest in buying puts at this level, even if it cracks, right? But if we're opening up flat, or if we're gapping down and we go under 630, right? And then we form lower highs. So basically, if we do this, all you have to literally do is just look at these two chart patterns. This is all you have to fucking do heading into tomorrow with the levels I gave you, and along with these channels, basically the same fucking levels. This is all you have to do. This is fucking support. This is the fucking crack. This is the fucking retest, right? Breakdown, crack, retest, lower highs, starts to drop, buy fucking puts, right? This is the breakout. This is the retest, right? Buy fucking calls. Buy fucking puts. That's all you have to fucking do heading into tomorrow. Use the bullish confirmations, use the bearish confirmations, use the gap up situation. But if we're opening up flat, or if we're gapping down and markets reacting bearish, going from 630 to around 629s, looking to get in on puts, ride it back down towards 626 to 625 overall range. Next level below that is going to be 624. Next level below that is going to be the gap at 621.60. Now, in terms of if we went bearish, where I would look to be buying calls, key levels to watch for would be, you could try a scalp at 625 if it's reacting bullish at this breakout and retest. But some phenomenal key levels for calls on a bearish trend day would be 623.50 right here. And then the gap close reversal level at 621, 71 would be a phenomenal gap close reversal breakout and retest level, right? And just understand, if market's gapping up, if market's reacting bullish above 630, we will be looking for put opportunities. And in terms of where we can potentially drop, this is what you need to be aware of. So the key times for this, unless the gap up were just so fucking big where we're gapping up above 638, the key times for this are going to be middle of the day, and especially end of the day if SPY hasn't sold off already, then end of the fucking day. Or, let's say SPY has a nice drop during the morning or during the middle of the day, and then towards the end of the day, it retests that resistance level, that drop level. That's going to be your key level for puts. Now, in terms of what I'm going to give you a day before in advance, we do have some breakdown and retest levels. 638 is a breakdown and retest level you can keep an eye on. Market has had very strong pullbacks from that overall level, but just keep your eyes on it. It's not considered the best overall level, but if it's reacting bearish, you can try. But what's considered the best overall levels would be towards 639 and 640 and 641.50 to 642 to 643 range. Those are the best levels. So basically the best levels would be in between 639 to 643, in between that overall middle range. If market's reacting bearish, if we're forming red, green, red, bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, if we're forming resistance, you're going to want to be looking to buy puts towards those overall levels. So that is the game plan. We are setting up for a very simple, easy, lucrative trading opportunity heading into tomorrow to be trading both ways, especially if we're gapping up, looking to trade both fucking ways heading into tomorrow. In terms of today, we were literally just doing calls all fucking day, and it was pretty non-fucking stop, man. It's like if you use the game plan, you should have made hundreds of dollars, if not over $1,000, man. And as you can see, we are literally setting up. If SPY gaps up, we are already setting up for the ultimate fucking bear trap. The bears are getting absolutely fucking trapped at 619 to now 632. We were just at all-time fucking highs. Market's already fucking recovering. We did take swings on SPY calls, and those swings are up fucking phenomenal already. SPY hit 632. So, yeah, we're killing it non-fucking stop. Losing's a personal choice. If you're serious about making money, it's the first link down below in the description. You could trade alongside us. In terms of the trades that we ended up making, and I want to be very, very clear, for those of you who didn't watch last night's video to the full, I only made one trade last Friday on that overall bearish day, and it was on calls. And I bought these calls at like 99 cents, and they dropped to 25 cents, and then I sold them literally at the peak towards 150 cents. So I still made a 50% return buying calls on a very bearish day, and collectively net, we were up literally, 1,000% plus. We absolutely crushed it on Friday. And then let me show you what we ended up doing on Monday. So on Monday, G-Roar ended up going 3 for 4, and I ended up going 3 for 3, a 100% success rate. So we absolutely crushed it. We had 7 wins, 1 loss, So in terms of what you could have done inside of Team Roar, you could have made over another 1,000% return on Monday. Like I said, we're the absolute best. Losing remains a personal choice. If you're inside of Team Roar, if you're losing money, if you're red, just quit. Just cancel the fucking subscription, man. It's like, it's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. We are going green every single fucking day, making losing a personal fucking choice. So, as you can see every single morning, you gain access to key levels, updated key levels in the market open. You can use the key levels that I provide in these videos. You can also use the updated key levels inside of Team Roar. And as you can see, it explains to you where to be going long and where to be going short. So the key levels worked out phenomenal. With that being said, in terms of the overall first trade, and you can plug in those key levels into your Thinkorswim. That's what we use to trade options, Thinkorswim by Schwab. And in terms of risk management 101, right? So this is a real-time zero-day options trade alert system. You get access to this every single day inside of Team Roar. Not going to be going all over all this, right? You got to be in the program to experience all this. But with that being said, this was the first trade that we ended up making on the day. We made it very, very clear in the video. We're all going to be buying fucking calls. If the SPY is gapping up, it's going to have a strong bullish trend day. So what we ended up doing was we ended up buying SPY calls, and we added to winners, and we made 100% return. And then during power hour, we ended up buying SPX calls back to back at the lows, making a 1,000% return on both of those trades. So in terms of what we ended up doing, this was over a 1,000% profit return day trading SPY and SPX call options. Losing remains a personal choice. As you can see right here, 630 SPY calls for 32 cents at 9:42 a.m. We ended up adding to the winner like we quickly do. These are the option quotes moving in real time. 34 cents, 37 cents, 39 cents, 40 cents. So instead of getting in at 32 and selling at 40, what we ended up doing was adding to the winners. The reason why we add to winners when we're up like 10, 15, 20% is because we tend to win very, very fucking big. So instead of selling for smaller percentage gains like most traders do, right? They size big, they sell for smaller gains, and they use tight stop losses. We put in our max risk per trade, so everything we're putting into the contract is what we are well aware of that we're risking. That's what we can afford to lose. Our max risk per trade is what we're putting into the trade. So if it expires worthless and goes to 0, then the most we lose is what we put in our max risk per trade, no stop loss needed. We trade the trend, and when we don't time it properly, 7 out of 10 times a dead play that drops 50% plus comes back to life, and it goes green, and it tends to go in the money for massive fucking gains, right? So losing is a personal choice. When you hold your trades and you don't use stop losses and you trade the fucking trend like we did, explaining to you very, very clearly, we were all going to be buying fucking calls with last night's vid. So we bought these 630 SPY calls at 32 cents a contract. If you go to 630 SPY calls, you're going to see right here, this is where we ended up getting in. We ended up buying at the exact fucking lows because we're the fucking best. We do this every single fucking day. Losing is a personal choice. If you are red in this market and you are losing in this market, just fucking, you're not in fucking Team Roar. You're not in Team Roar. And if you are losing money in fucking Team Roar, just cancel the fucking subscription. Losing's a personal choice. We are winning and going green every single fucking day. As you can fucking see, it's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing. Who do you know is winning this fucking much with the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system, giving you the game plan to make money before you even join the group? So 630 SPY calls for 32 cents, and then we ended up adding at 9:43 a.m. So this is 9:32 a.m. This is 9:42 a.m. right fucking here. This is 9:43 a.m. right fucking here, right? So this is where we ended up getting in on this particular situation, right? We ended up getting in right here, literally at market fucking open, right? Let me see right here if I can, let's see. Let me change this time zone here. Let's see. Can we go to Eastern Standard Time? There we go. Okay, so now let's back to normal. So 9:42 a.m., 9:43 a.m., right? So this is where we ended up getting in. 9:42 a.m. So we got in right fucking here because we're the fucking best towards the exact fucking lows. It's pretty wild. These open up at 12 cents, man. Imagine if you got in at fucking 12 fucking cents. Oh my fucking gosh. But anyways, man, that's where we got in. This is where we added. We add because we double the wins. We double the wins because we want to get rich. Everybody wants to get rich, and everybody wants to get rich quick, but in a safe way. And by doing this, using our system, it's safe because we set profit stops. When we add to winners, we set fucking profit stops. It's impossible to go green to red. When you set a profit stop, you get profit stopped out. And when your trades just keep on going up, non-fucking stop, you're going to see why we add to fucking winners. So in terms of this situation, we ended up setting profit stops when the trade was up over 100%. That's when we chose to set profit stops. And we ended up getting out of that position, as you could see, at 85 cents. So we were in at 32 cents and we were out at 85 cents. In terms of that trade, we nearly made a 200% plus profit return, and we added to the wins, which doubled the gains, and we ended up getting out right here. So in this particular situation, you would have been in here, and you would have added here, and you would have been adding, as you can see right here. Look, you want to see what Team Roar's doing? Look, you want to see what all the multimillionaires are doing? You want to see what the most massive fucking base in the fucking stock market is doing? They're trading far money, 0-8 options. I'll show you what they're doing. Look, this is where we get in. You want to see? This is where we get in. You want to see? You want to see something? Look, this is what we do. We do this every single fucking day. We make people rich. This is what we fucking do. We're in right fucking here at 9:42 a.m. Look, add, double it. You see that? That's at 9:43 a.m. Let's go to 9:43 a.m. Oh, shit. 7,200 in volume. I wonder where all this fucking volume is coming from. I try to tell people the company's at all-time highs. We have multimillionaires. We have a massive base who's been with us for years. And the company just keeps on fucking compounding because all we do is fucking win. Why would anyone want to leave if we just keep on fucking winning nonstop, outperforming every single trader and every single group you know of? So as you can see, this is the biggest volume spike on SPY 630 fucking calls, where we were adding. And then surely enough, if you just look at the fucking quotes moving in real fucking time, losing's a personal fucking choice. And as you can see right here, full play breakdown, 11:40 a.m., we ended up selling towards the exact morning peak before it literally dropped straight back down to our initial entry. This is where we got out at the exact fucking peak. You're going to fucking see. Literally right fucking here, we sold towards the exact fucking peak. Look at this. Set profit stops. 9:59 a.m. set profit stops when the trade was at 82 cents. You go to 9:59 a.m. right here at the exact peak. You're setting profit stops, and you're getting profit stopped out right around here in the 70-cent range, selling towards the exact peak. And then the trade ended up dropping all the way back down to our initial entry, slightly above it at 40 cents. And then surely enough, the trend kicked in. Told you strong bullish trend day. Look to buy oversold dips. Look to use the break and retest strategy. And then calls came back to life multiple times, going to 100 plus a contract twice on the day. Now they're at 186 a contract. We did end up swing trading fucking calls. And in terms of our swing trades, let's just say they're up a fuck ton. Losing's a personal fucking choice. As you could see, that's what being green enough to walk the fuck away looks like. And when you're green enough to walk away, and if you choose to keep on winning, we don't even call it trading anymore. We just call it winning. Because all we do is outperform every single fucking trader and group of every single fucking day, trading cheap, low risk, far out of the money, 0-8 options. And you will genuinely see how losing is a personal choice every single fucking day. If you are red, if you're losing fucking money every single fucking week, just quit. Just quit. Just fucking leave the fucking market. Every single day we're going green. Every single fucking week we're green. Every single month we're fucking green. Even if we have a red day, we're green every single fucking week. We're green every single month. We're green every single year. This is what unlimited fucking winning looks like. Adding to winners is the way to long-term success, not by adding to losers, right? So that's what we ended up doing. And when you're green enough to walk away and you choose to keep on winning, like I said, we don't call it trading anymore. We call it winning. And the reason why we call it winning is if you choose to keep on winning, then the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gains, right? So let's say you were up, let's say you bought at, 32 cents, you sold at 85, right? You bought 2 contracts, so you made $120. Then in terms of that, you risk half your gains and you keep on fucking trading. If you have a small account, right? You keep on fucking winning. The reason why we want you to keep on trading is because we want you to keep on winning, because we have a system, we have a process where even if we have a loss or two after, it's just the wins and adding to the wins will always outweigh the losses. The big percentage gains and adding to the wins will always outweigh the losses. That's why we just keep on winning. So after that, the next trade was at 3:20 p.m. and we ended up, 6335 SPX calls for 70 cents. In terms of this overall trade, 635 SPX calls for 70 cents. That one was too far out of the money. That one did not end up working out, but it was on the right overall side. But when you're green enough to walk away, the most you choose to risk is 25 to 50% of your gains. So if you gave back some gains on this trade, then you just stop trading, right? If you gave back 25 to 50%. And then in terms of the next trade, 6330 SPX calls for 135 cents, right? So the morning trade was a 200% win. We added to the wins to double the gains. This trade in the middle was a 100% loss. And then this final trade was a 700% win. Do you understand? A 700% win. So 3:23 p.m. We're going to go to 3:23 p.m. We're going to go to 6330 SPX calls, right? So as you can see, if we go to 6330, let me plug this in here to show you the right strike. 6330 SPX calls, you're going to see this is where we ended up getting in on the overall trade, right? So in terms of this overall trade, as you can see, 6330 SPX calls at 3:23 p.m. So if we go to 3:23 p.m., you are going to see 3:23 p.m. We literally got in terms of this overall trade. You're going to see right here. Let me zoom this in for you. So in terms of this overall trade, we ended up getting in. As you can see right here, let me walk you through this. 6330 calls for 135 cents a contract, right? So 6330 calls, 135 cents a contract. We're in right here at 130 cents a contract. It dropped all the way down to 30 cents a contract, but we don't use stop losses. And when we're up 10%, we set profit stops. And then the trade quickly spiked to 215, right? So in terms of that overall trade, we were in at 135. The high was 215. When you're up 10%, you set profit stops and you move the profit stops up higher. This was a phenomenal win, right? And now in terms of the final trade, this was the final trade. 6325 SPX calls for 100 cents a contract, right? So if you go to 6325 SPX calls for 100 cents a contract, this was the best trade of the overall day. 3:36 p.m., we got in on 6325 SPX calls for 100 cents a contract, right? And what you need to understand is to make a 700% return, sometimes you have to run into something like this. And this is why we keep on trading. This is why we keep on winning. Sometimes you have to have a 100% loss. Sometimes you have to have a trade where you're in at 135, it drops to 30, but you still win because it went to 200 and you set profit stops, right? So sometimes you have to have, a loss or maybe not the absolute best timing of the best trade to run into a 700% to 1,000% return. But the point being is, look at the fucking results. This is why we keep on trading. This is why we keep on winning. The more you trade the right way, the more you're going to fucking win. If you put yourself in 3 trades, one of them is bound to go up 1,000%. 6325 SPX calls for 100 cents at 3:36 p.m. You go to 3:36 p.m. and you're going to see why we're the absolute fucking best. We ended up buying these SPX calls at the exact lows. As you can see right here, the low is 100, the low is 85, the high is 125. In terms of this overall trade, we're in 100 cents. We're in at 100 cents, and as you can see, you have plenty of time to get in on this trade. Plenty of time to get in on this trade before it goes straight up to 740 a contract. Yeah, so this went to 100 all the way to fucking 700 within fucking minutes, right? So losing's a personal choice, and as you could see, we ended up selling that at the exact peak. We sold both of those strikes. We sold 6325 SPX calls for 700 a contract, and then in terms of 63 30 SPX calls, we sold those towards the exact peak. We sold both of those strikes towards the exact peak at 3:57 p.m. 700, 720 sold the exact peak. Look at this, 6330 in the money, 200, 215 sold. 6325 calls, we were in at 100. The low was 75 cents. We sold the peak at 700 cents a contract. 6330 SPX calls, we were in at 135. We sold the exact peak in the 200 cent range. Losing's a personal fucking choice. Look at the YOLOs. The YOLOs doing the fucking work on that. That's coming from the fucking YOLOs, right? So as you could see, we win every single fucking day. And you can't name another trader, another group out there who's doing this much, who has a real-time zero-day options trading alert system, who's winning non-fucking stop, trading alongside multimillionaires every single fucking day. Look at this, man. 3:57 p.m. One of the biggest volume spikes on these SPX contracts. One of the biggest volume spikes. That's our fucking team getting out. Getting in, getting out. Biggest fucking spikes, man. So, for those of you who are serious making money, it's the first thing down below in the description. It's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing non-fucking stop. What I just showed you is easily over 900% gains. in terms of the trades that I ended up making on the day. These are the trades that I ended up making on the day. Not going to be going over this. I ended up taking a swing trade on Sava. You can also do options on that. That's going to be a separate video if I decide to make a video on that. Likely going to make a video on that this week. I'll have to see. But I'm in a swing trade on Sava shares at 632, still holding that. And in terms of my overall day trades, 630 SPY calls. So I ended up buying 630 SPY calls at 76 cents a contract at 1 p.m., right? And early into the day, we ended up having 630 SPY calls, as you could see, 630 SPY calls at 32 cents, and we sold at 80 fucking cents, right? And then in terms of where I ended up, alerting that overall trade, I ended up trading that later in the day. 1 p.m., 630 SPY calls. You go to 1 p.m., you're going to see right here, right? So this was the trade we made in the morning where we got in here, sold the peak 200%. And then as you can see, we're just the absolute fucking best. We are the absolute fucking best. It's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing, 1 p.m., 630 calls at 76 cents. You go to 1 p.m., you're going to see right here. Let me walk you through this overall trade. So 1 p.m., this is where I'm in calls right here. 1 p.m., you're going to see right here in calls in the mid 70 cent range, right? So in terms of this overall trade, in SPY calls at 76 cents, right? In terms of that overall trade, it dropped all the way down to 40 cents. So it dropped like 50%, and then it came back to life and it went green twice. Here it went to 95 cents. Here it went to 125 cents. I ended up selling that overall trade into the close. As you can see, I ended up, selling that at 111 cents. So I was in at 76 and I sold it at 3:57 p.m. right here, 3:57 p.m. at 111 cents. That was the first day trade on the day that I ended up alerting and making. So that I ended up alerting in that particular situation. So let me show you the next one. 76 to 111 cents. You would have a nice win there. It's like 35, 40%, whatever it is, right? And then the next one, 6325 SPX calls at 220 cents at 1:50 p.m. So if you go to 6325 SPX calls, you're going to see right here, we're the fucking best. Look at this, man. So I ended up buying 6325 SPX calls at 150 at 153 at 1:50 p.m. right? 1:50 p.m. 6325 SPX calls at 1:50 p.m. If you go to 1:50 p.m., you're going to see right here, in terms of where I ended up, buying these overall calls, you're going to see 1:50 p.m. is right fucking here. Ended up buying these calls at towards the exact lows right here. So in terms of these overall calls, I was in at 220 cents. As you can see, you had plenty of time to get in towards 220 cents. And then right here, they went to 350 cents. Fucking phenomenal. And then later into the day, they went to 470 cents and they went to 700 cents. So as you can see, as long as you trade the fucking trend, don't use stop losses, put in your max risk for a fucking trade, set profit stops when you're up 10%, it's literally impossible to fucking lose and move your profit stops higher and add to winners. This is how you get shit fucking rich in the market. Do you see what the fuck we're doing every single fucking day? We're literally doing this every single fucking day. The market is fucking open. You could be trading alongside us doing the same fucking trades that we're fucking making. 1:50 p.m. 1:50 p.m. right here, right? So if you go to 1:50 p.m., you're going to see literally right here, 1:50 p.m., 1:50 p.m. at the exact fucking lows, 200 to 350. Then it drops to fucking 100, goes to fucking 500. Then it drops to fucking 100, goes to fucking 700. We hit that twice. Do you understand? We literally hit that twice towards the exact lows. I hit it at 220, and then I sold it right fucking here at 3:21 p.m. at 383. Sold at 383. I made 100% on that. Sold at 383. You go to 3:21 p.m. I'm gonna show you 3:21 p.m. right here, 3:21 p.m. This is literally us selling at the exact fucking peak. Literally right here at the 380 cents, right? And then we did it again. So I made that trade on 6325 SPX calls at 150, and then I sold it at 3:21 p.m. And then later into the day, during the power hour trading session, G-Roar ended up calling out, as you can see right here, the same fucking strike, 63225 SPX calls for 100 cents. He bought at the exact fucking lows. Look at this. We got it at the exact lows, 100 cents. Same strike, 3:36 p.m. 3:36 p.m. right fucking here. And we sold the exact peak. Look at this, man. 3:57 p.m. sold the exact fucking peak. 3:57 p.m. Sold the exact fucking peak. We did that back to back on the same fucking strike. We fucked up those calls, buying at the exact fucking lows. Who do you know is winning this much, this consistent, this big, every single fucking day? Losing is genuinely a personal fucking choice. Now, in terms of the next trade that I ended up having, because you're well aware, all we do is win. We just win. We outperform everyone you fucking know of every single fucking day. This is all we fucking do. So, as you could see, when I bought these SPX calls, I also ended up buying. I ended up buying 630 calls once again, except this time I ended up doing a 1 day expiration. I left runners for my swing trade. It took a short term swing trade. I wanted to try this out here, but I only left 1/3 to run. Took the bulk of the gains, but 1:53 p.m. 630 calls, right? So if you go to 1:50 p.m. on 630 calls, you're gonna literally see 1:50 p.m. literally right here, the exact fucking lows, and fucking calls rocketed like fucking crazy, man. So losing's a personal choice. This is what we do every single fucking day. Like I said, this is normal to us. Anyone who's inside a Team Roar knows this is like normal. This much winning, having fucking 7 wins, 1 loss, adding to wins, 700% wins, 200% wins. This is all fucking normal. Making over a 1,000% on the day with, 8 fucking trades and only 1 loss is normal. Do you understand? This is normal over here. I don't know if you guys are in other fucking groups or what you're doing trading on your own, but over here, this is what normal looks like. Do you understand? This is like a normal trading day. This is what we do this every single fucking day. Losing's a personal choice. Every single fucking week. Every single fucking month. Every single fucking year. It's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. Do you understand? We have a sealed base led by multi-fucking millionaires, and we have a sealed loyal base of hundreds of members who've been with us for fucking years. The company is fucking sealed. Do you understand? We are here for fucking ever. It's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing, non-fucking stop. If you are serious about making fucking money, it is the first link down below within the description in terms of that overall trade. I did an August 5th expiration, was in at 170, ended up selling at 207, and then I left runners for the swing trade, and the runners went to 280 cents plus. Losing's all a personal fucking choice, man. So with that being said, that's what the fuck we do. I don't think it's tracked. You can track it. It's just we don't remember our last red day. It's just there's just been so much fucking green. It just covered up the fucking red. It's like it didn't even fucking exist. We genuinely don't remember the last red day we have. We really don't. What we do know is we have a real-time zero-day options trade alert system, and every trade we make is fucking documented. We are aware of that, and we are aware it's just unlimited fucking printing, we are well aware that Team Roar, secured private organization, the company as a whole is worth over 8 figures. Our secured private network, it's valued over 8 figures easily. We are well aware that we give people the opportunity to get shit fucking rich every single fucking week within the market by making 25 to 50 trades a week, by having the highest win rate, by having the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system where you can consistently make money within the market. We are aware that we have hundreds of traders who are consistently making $500 to $1,000 a day. We are aware on our best trading days as a whole, as a collective, it yields to multi-6 figures up to $1 million plus. Losing is a personal fucking choice, man. If you're serious about fucking printing and winning non-fucking stop, trading alongside the best real-time zero-day options traders, it's the first link down below within the description. Big shout out to Ranger Glass. He's been with us for a very, very long time. Ended up making $700 on the overall day. I'm telling you, man, $6,800. Sneezy, I think Sneezy's up over, I think he said 14,000 in terms of the overall week, or since he joined, something like that. $3,000 profit on SPY fucking calls at fucking open. Losing's a personal fucking choice. We're making people shit fucking rich. If you're interested in gaining access to the best trades in the market, where, like I said, every single fucking day, it's literally multiple 100% plus profit net returns to 1,000%. On our best days, it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000% gains. 2 to 3 days a week, we have days where we make 1,000 to 3,000% plus. Every single week, this is compounding to 2,000, 4,000, 5,000% plus net positive returns. Everything we do is documented in real fucking time. You can trade alongside us within real time, right? With your presence. When the market's closed, you can also, decode it if you like, along trade in real time. You can also fucking, when the market's closed, you can click on demand on Think or fucking Swim, and you can decode every fucking trade we've ever fucking make. And you can see every fucking trade we make. It's the biggest fucking volume spikes on the day. Do you understand? We have a sealed loyal base with a fuck ton of members who have a fuck ton of money. We are fucking making the best fucking trades within the fucking market. If you want to fucking print, if you want to fucking win, non-fucking stop. It's the first thing down below within the description. In terms of how we started the week off, Monday, first day of the fucking week, 7 fucking wins, 1 fucking loss. In terms of all the gains, over 1,000% plus net profit return if you took all the fucking trades. Just one trade was a 700% win. You understand? There was 8 fucking trades. One of the trades made 65% of the gains. Look at this. There was 8 trades. We had 8 trades. One trade made 65% of the gains. Do you understand? One trade made 65% of the net percentage gains. But on this one, we didn't add, and we had that 200% win. But look at this, man. These were some of the fucking, look at this. We're in at fucking 32. We're adding to double the wins at 40. And we're out at fucking 82, setting profit stops at the fucking peak. And then it dropped back down to 40. And then fucking 325 SPX calls. I was in at that towards the lows at 200. It went to fucking 700. And then G-Roar alerted it later in the day at fucking 100 at the exact low. And then we sold it. And then we sold that at 700%. All of our fucking trades is a 1,000% return. So you tell me, how the fuck are we going to be red? How are we going to be red this week? How are we going to be red this week? We started off Monday with a 1,000% return. We added to the winners on a trade that we made 200% on. How are we going to flip red? Hey, everyone inside of Team Roar, if you're green as fuck on Monday and you're making over 1,000% returns and you added to the wins, how are we going to be red this week? How are we going to be red? Everybody knows if you have a day, and we have multiple days like this every single week, if you have a fucking day where you're making 1,000% return, right, on all your trades combined, and you're adding to the winners, that means that should be able to hold you for at least a week. Wow. This means no matter what the fuck we do, thanks to Risk Management 101 and cheap low-risk contracts, we can go red every single day. We can go red on Tuesday. We can go red on Wednesday. We can go red on Thursday. We can go red on fucking Friday. And we'll still be fucking green for the week because we're making the biggest percentage gains in the fucking market and we're adding to the fucking winners. And we have Risk Management 101. So a 1,000% return, right, on a fucking Monday, adding to the wins, which doubles your fucking gains on a 200% trade there, that should hold you for at least a week. So if you're fucking wondering, when we have these big green days where we make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000%, and we have 2 to 3 of these days every single week, and we rarely ever have a fucking red day, that should be able to hold you for at least a fucking week. So I would say with this type of green day, and I would say with Risk Management 101 and max risk per trades, I would say that at this point in time, it's impossible, no matter what the fuck we do, for anyone to go red. For anyone to fucking go red by the end of the week, it's fucking impossible. You can go red on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'll still be green on the overall week, right? Risk Management 101, 1,000% day should be able to hold your fucking gains no matter how much money you're fucking losing, no matter what the fuck you're doing with proper Risk Management 101. That should be able to fucking hold you for the fucking week. It should be able to hold you for at least a week. If you're making 2,000% plus on a day, 2 fucking weeks. So if you compound all the fucking gains and all the fucking math, you're going to see that losing's a personal fucking choice, right? We just bought ourselves in terms of surviving the market at least 4 red days in a row. Like I said, I can't remember the last time we had a red day. If anyone wants to go back and fucking find it, feel free to. Last time I checked, I was looking at our company's analytics and nobody's fucking leaving. Nobody's fucking leaving Team Roar. They're all fucking staying. It's the most rarest, sacred company on the fucking planet. We have the best fucking trades. We have a fuck ton of multimillionaires who are pretty non-fucking stop. We're creating the biggest volume in zero-day options. And last time I fucking checked, nobody's fucking doing this. Nobody's winning this fucking much, putting their money on the line every single day, building the most powerful track record and reputation within the fucking stock market. And I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. So for those of you who are serious about fucking printing non-fucking stop, it's the first thing down below in the fucking description. You can win unlimited, you can print unlimited, and in terms of Risk Management 101, which is literally the most important thing in Team Roar, when we start off Monday with a 1,000% win, that means you should be able to stay green for the rest of the week, no matter what the fuck we do. We are well aware we're going to keep on winning non-fucking stop, but we're also well aware in terms of Risk Management 1, no matter what the fuck we do, if we have 4 red days in a row, which has never happened in the history of Team Roar, we would still be green for the week because we have Risk Management 101. We take our profits for the week. Okay, we just made 1,000% profit on the day. Okay, we take that. And then in terms of your risk, you can risk like half of that. If you get back half of that, then just stop trading for the overall week, right? But everyone knows, man, we just keep on winning and we just keep on trading. We just keep on fucking going. There's no reason to stop. There's just no reason to fucking stop when you're the best. You know, we were green enough to walk away buying 630 calls at 32 cents, adding to the wins to double the gains, and selling at 85 cents. Yes, we outperformed everyone. Everyone you fucking know of. We bought these calls, sold for 200%. We added to the winners to double the gains. We outperformed every single fucking person you know of. We were green enough to walk away, but we chose to keep on trading. And look, the next trade we chose to lose. Yeah, we chose to lose. We lost 100% gain. How much were we up before then? 200%. And we added to the winner, which doubled the gains. Did we add to the loser? No, we didn't add to the loser. You know, so we chose to have a loss after that. Yeah, we chose to lose 100%. And then on the next trade after that, we chose to make fucking 70%. And then the next trade after that, we chose to make 700%. And then my fucking 3 trades, we chose to make over another 150 fucking percent. It's like, fuck. We just keep on fucking winning. Man, if there's a loss, bring it on. Fuck, I want fucking losses. Fuck yeah. I want this. I want that. I want that 6335. I want that 100% loss. The reason why I want that 100% loss is because sometimes you need 100% loss. Sometimes you need a dud to make a 700% return. So please bring it. Fucking bring it. And notice how that loss came in after we were green enough to walk away. That's because we're the absolute best. We are well aware we're the best. We are well aware we're outperforming every single trader and group that you know of. If you're serious about getting fucking rich and making fucking money, I would strongly suggest that you click the first link down below within this description. Because in terms of this company, it's creating financial freedom for a fuck ton of people. It's a life-changing format. And like I said, I've checked our analytics. The company's at all-time fucking highs and nobody's leaving. Nobody wants to cancel. Nobody wants to leave. We are fucking sealed. We are fucking set. We can fall off the face of the fucking earth, off the fucking planet. Never post on social media. Delete the entire YouTube channel. Could all be fucking gone. Guess what? Team Roar stays for fucking ever. Team Roar is here for fucking life. We have a sealed, loyal base that is not left in fucking years. Our company is fucking set. Our trades are fucking set. Our curriculum fucking works. Our game plan works. Our fucking system is pretty non-fucking stop. We aren't going any fucking where. We're only going higher. And after we're done going higher, we're going to keep on fucking going higher. And we're going to keep on fucking going higher. We are going to go levels to the highest of the highest at the speed of fucking light. So it's your fucking choice. If you're losing money in the market, it's your fucking choice. If you're red in the market, it's your fucking choice. We give you the opportunity to win every single fucking week. It's all your fucking choice. Me, I know what I choose. I choose to win every single fucking week. I choose to be green every single fucking day. It's all a fucking personal fucking choice. So it's your portfolio. It's your trading account. And it's all personal choice. You guys decide what you want to do. It's the first link down below in the description if you'd like to join us.